Welcome back. In 2026's golden age of travel, TSA screens 2.5 billion bags with 3 DCT scanners. But beware, these 5 medications are confiscated faster than huckleberry jam. Want to protect your meds and avoid that new $45 confirm.id fee for missing IDs? I'm showing you how to do this to avoid it. Smash that subscribe button and let's get you through security stress-free and ready for your next vacation. Starting us off at number 5, hemp-derived CBD. Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's legal, right? I bought it at a fancy boutique in the mall. Well, yes and no. Under federal law, hemp-derived CBD with less than 0.3% THC is legal. But here is the 2026 reality check. TSA's brand new 3D CT scanners are incredible at seeing through your luggage, but they aren't chemists. These scanners can identify organic mass signatures, and to a security officer, your CBD oil or gummies look identical to high THC marijuana. If an officer finds your CBD, they are mandated by protocol to refer you to local law enforcement. Think about that for a second. You're trying to get to your flight to see grandma, and suddenly you're waiting for a local cop to show up because your relaxation gummies looked sketchy on the 3D Rotato-Vision. In a state where cannabis is still illegal, you are suddenly relying on a very busy officer to believe that your gummies are the good kind. Do this to avoid it. Never travel with CBD unless you have the original, factory-sealed packaging and a printed certificate of analysis, or COA. Most reputable brands in 2026 have a QR code on the bottle that links to these lab results. Show that to the officer before they start guessing. And remember, if it's a liquid, it still has to follow the 3.4-ounce rule unless you declare it as medically necessary.
So, proving your CBD is legal is a headache, right? But wait until you hear about the mistake people make with regular medicine that gets thousands of bottles tossed every single day. Do you know the one thing you have to say to an officer to keep your liquid meds? Let's talk about number 4.
Number 4. Non-declared medically necessary liquids. The 311 rule is the sacred geometry of the airport security checkpoint. 3.4 ounces, 1 quart-sized bag, 1 bag per passenger. It has been the gospel of modern aviation for decades. However, navigating the security lines in 2026 has become an increasingly high-stakes game of guess what's in my bag, and medically necessary liquids are the current, painful frontier.
Here is the paradox. Medically necessary liquids, saline, liquid prescriptions, diabetic supplies, or cooling gel packs are technically exempt from that 3.4-ounce limit. You have every right to carry them. Yet, travelers are losing these items at record-breaking rates this year. Why? It isn't just bureaucratic stubbornness, it's the declaration mandate colliding with high-tech screening. Our modern CT scanners are incredibly sophisticated. They aren't just looking for metal, they are analyzing the density and chemical composition of your carry-on items. When a liquid container exceeds 3.4 ounces, the machine doesn't know it's essential medicine. It simply identifies an anomaly and flags it as a potential threat.
If that bag travels down the conveyor belt without a prior warning from you, the system triggers an automatic alarm. Once that siren goes off, the officer's patience, often already stretched thin by 1,000 other travelers, usually evaporates. I've read countless horror stories on travel forums about expensive huckleberry jam, artisanal honey, or gourmet hot fudge being confiscated because a traveler forgot they were buried deep in a backpack. Do not let your $200 liquid antibiotic become the next victim of the no fudge policy. How to avoid the confiscation? The solution isn't complicated, but it requires intentionality. You have to take control of the screening process before the machine takes control of your gear.
Separate everything. Keep your medical liquids physically isolated from the rest of your items.
Use clarity. Place them in their own transparent, dedicated bag. The golden rule: before your bin enters the machine, make eye contact with the TSA officer and clearly state, "I have medically necessary liquids in this bag." Yes, they may still pull your bag aside to test it with a bottle liquid scanner or a vapor analyzer. It might add 30 seconds to your wait, but that is a small price to pay to avoid the frustration of holding up the line while everyone behind you sighs loudly and checks their watches. Before we hit the top 3,
Here is a quick checkpoint for you. If you're finding this helpful, check the link in the description for my 2026 Airport Survival Checklist. It's a free PDF that covers everything from real ID compliance to how to handle that new $45 confirm.id fee if you arrive without the right identification. It's a lifesaver, so go grab it. Now, back to the countdown. We've covered CBD and liquids, but what happens when your perfectly legal US prescription becomes a Category 1 narcotic the second you land in another country? Let's talk about the medication that has actually landed travelers in foreign jails. Moving on to number 3, international stimulants, also known as the Adderall trap. This is where things escalate from forgot to pack a toothbrush to international incident levels of serious. If you are flying to Japan, the United Arab Emirates, or certain parts of Europe in 2026, your legal US prescription for common stimulants like Adderall could serve as a one-way ticket to a very long, very unpleasant stay in a foreign detention facility. In the United States, your prescription is a document of medical authorization. The moment you cross an international border, however, you enter a different legal jurisdiction. In countries like Japan, amphetamines, the active ingredient in Adderall, are strictly controlled under the Stimulants Control Act. It doesn't matter if you have a doctor's note, a notarized pharmacy label, or a golden ticket from the president. Adderall is flat out banned. Carrying it into the country is not treated as a medical oversight. It is treated as drug smuggling. Japanese authorities do not offer on-the-spot warnings or leniency for tourists. They enforce their laws with rigid precision, often resulting in detention periods that can last for weeks, while authorities determine if charges will be filed. How to navigate the minefield. Ignorance is not a valid defense in a customs court. If you are planning to travel, you must perform your due diligence at least 6 weeks before you fly. Embassy research. Visit the official embassy website for your destination country. Do not rely on third-party travel blogs. Look for the customs or importing medicines section, the Yunyu Kakunin Show, import confirmation certificate. If you are going to Japan and you take other controlled medications, like certain ADHD alternatives or pain management prescriptions, you often must apply for this certificate at least 14 days in advance. Note, this certificate does not bypass the ban on Adderall. It only permits specific, legally allowed medications.
Consult your physician. If your current medication is on the banned list for your destination, schedule an appointment with your doctor well in advance. Discuss switching to alternatives, such as non-stimulant options, that may be permitted with the correct paperwork. Now, speaking of things that are legal in one place but a felony in another, we have to talk about the big one. It's legal in 38 states, but it remains the number 2 reason for medication trouble in 2026. Can you guess what it is?
Number 2, medical marijuana. I know. The news cycle has been buzzing about potential changes. You may have seen headlines about executive orders, administrative movement, or a push to reschedule marijuana to Schedule 3. It's easy to feel like the tide has turned, but here is the cold, hard, March 2026 reality. Federal marijuana prohibition is still very much in effect. While there is a lot of noise about reclassification, the legal status of cannabis at the airport has not changed one bit.
The moment you step into that airport terminal, you are entering federal jurisdiction. It does not matter if you are flying out of a state where medical or recreational marijuana is perfectly legal, or if you are carrying a state-issued medical card. Federal law does not recognize those state protections, and the TSA is a federal agency. Why the 2026 scanner reality check matters.
TSA officers are not specifically looking for your personal stash. They are focused on explosives and weapons. However, the 2026 high-definition CT scanners are so precise that they can flag organic mass with incredible accuracy. That harmless-looking gummy, pre-roll, or vape cartridge you forgot in your bag shows up as a chemical anomaly on their monitor.
If they find it while searching your bag for your laptop or a water bottle, they are required by federal procedure to call local law enforcement. The best case scenario, you are in a friendly jurisdiction and they ask you to toss it in an amnesty bin. You lose your product, but you make your flight.
The worst case scenario, you are in a state with stricter enforcement, like Texas or Georgia.
You could be pulled aside for a secondary screening, detained, or even arrested on the spot. Is your medication, no matter how vital, worth the risk of a criminal record or a missed flight? Do this to avoid it. Leave it at home. The do this is simple, though I know it isn't what you want to hear. Do not bring it. If you need it for your trip, research dispensaries at your destination and purchase it legally once you arrive. Crossing state lines or entering federal airspace with marijuana, even between two states where it is legal, is a gamble that simply isn't worth the cost of a ruined trip. And finally, we have reached the #1 reason medications are confiscated in 2026. It's not because the med is illegal, and it's not because of where you're going, it's because of how you packed it. Number 1, the unlabeled container trap. The single most frequent reason medications are confiscated or cause massive delays in 2026 is the unlabeled container trap. This affects everyone, from those relying on daily blood pressure medication to those managing chronic pain with controlled analgesics like oxycodone or anxiety management with Xanax. In a well-intentioned quest to save space in a crowded carry-on, many travelers resort to decanting their pills into those convenient color-coded Monday through Sunday organizers, or worse, loose in a plastic baggie. While this feels like efficient packing, it is a significant liability at the security checkpoint. In 2026, with the synthetic opioid crisis remaining a top priority for federal law enforcement, TSA and CBP officers are on high alert for loose, unidentifiable pills. When modern 3D CT scanners peer into your bag, they don't see your daily heart medication. They see a dense mass of unknown chemical composition. If the scanner flags a suspicious grouping of pills that cannot be quickly identified as a prescribed substance, it creates an immediate security anomaly. If you cannot prove those pills belong to you by producing the original pharmacy label that matches the name on your government-issued ID or passport, you are effectively carrying unidentified substances through a federal security zone. At best, they are tossed in the trash, resulting in the loss of hundreds of dollars of medication and potential health risks. At worst, you are pulled into secondary screening for a lengthy, uncomfortable interrogation, causing you to miss your flight while the officers verify the contents of your mystery stash. I promise it's just my vitamins does not cut it anymore. Survey data suggests that nearly half of all travelers fail to bring any form of prescription documentation, assuming the physical appearance of the pill is enough. It isn't. Do this to avoid it. Keep the original bottles.
The solution is straightforward, even if it feels bulky. Keep your medications in their original pharmacy containers. The rule of matches. Ensure the name on the prescription bottle perfectly matches the name on your real ID or passport.
The empty organizer hack. If you absolutely cannot live without your pill organizer, pack it completely empty in your luggage. Fill it once you have safely reached your hotel or destination. The documentation backup. If you have an overwhelming number of medications and original bottles are truly impossible, bring a physical, printed copy of your prescription list from your doctor or pharmacy, ideally signed. It takes an extra 5 minutes of packing, but it saves you the immense cost and stress of losing your medication. There you have it, the 5 medications that could ruin your 2026 travel plans if you aren't careful. Remember, the TSA isn't trying to make your life miserable most of the time. They're just following a very strict 2026 playbook designed to catch threats. Be proactive, declare your liquids, and keep those labels on. Before you head out, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a weird interaction with the TSA over your meds? I once heard a story about a guy who got flagged because his award looked like an RPG on the scanner. Tell me your stories in the comments below. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more 2026 travel hacks. Check the links in the description for the Ask TSA service, where you can literally text them a photo of your bag before you leave. Safe travels, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.